The gym goes silent when I catch the inbound pass with 4.7 seconds left, and I swear I can hear my own heartbeat echoing off the rafters. Me, the kid who 6 months ago couldn't dribble without tripping over his own shoelaces, now holding the championship in my sweaty palms, while 2,000 people hold their breath. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to the beginning of this insanity, to the moment my life split into before and after. I'm standing outside the gymnasium doors, and my best friend, Lucas, is looking at me like I just told him. I'm planning to fight a grizzly bear with a pool noodle. You're serious, he says. You're actually serious right now. Dead serious. You trying out for basketball. That's what I said. Lucas pinches the bridge of his nose. We've been best friends since 6th grade, bonded over our shared obsession with magic, the gathering, and our mutual agreement that sports were invented specifically to torture people like us. Every Saturday, we meet up with our weekend club, me, Lucas, and 4 other guys who'd rather debate whether a blue control deck can beat an aggro, red deck than ever set foot on an athletic field. Okay, Lucas says slowly, walk me through your logic here, because I'm genuinely trying to understand. I take a deep breath. You know how Coach Davis is basically about to get fired? Yeah, because the team hasn't won a championship in 12 years? 15. And Stonebridge has won the last 8 in a row. They literally call us their practice game now. Their players post about it on social media. One of them made a TikTok last year ranking us as easier to beat than a middle school team. Lucas winces. Harsh. It gets worse. The school board announced last week that if we don't at least make it to the championship game this year, they're cutting the basketball program entirely, redistributing the funding to more successful athletic programs. So they'd rather have no team than a losing team. Exactly. And Coach Davis, he's coached here for 23 years. Lucas, this is his whole life. I heard him talking to Principal Monroe in the hallway yesterday, and his voice was shaking. Actually shaking. He said something about how his dad coached this team before him. 3 generations of his family have walked these halls. Lucas's expression softened slightly. That's sad. But what does any of this have to do with you humiliating yourself? Here's the thing I haven't told anyone, not even Lucas. 2 weeks ago, I was in the gym late after robotics club, working on our competition bot, and I saw Coach Davis sitting alone on the bleachers, just sitting there staring at the empty court, and I swear he looked like he was about to cry. He was holding something. I couldn't see what at first, but when I looked closer, it was a photo. An old one, yellowed at the edges. Something about that image stuck with me. This man who's dedicated his entire adult life to this school, this program, these kids, and he's about to lose everything because the universe decided to stack the deck against him. I've spent my whole life feeling invisible. The nerdy kid who blends into the background. The one teachers forget to call on. The one who eats lunch in the corner of the cafeteria, perfectly content to be overlooked. But what if I could be something else? What if I could matter? I've been practicing, I tell Lucas. Practicing what? Basketball. Every night for the past 2 weeks. In my driveway. I watch 40 hours of YouTube tutorials. Lucas stares at me for a long moment, then bursts out laughing. Not a mean laugh at a disbelieving one. 40 hours of YouTube tutorials. Against guys who've been playing since they were 5. I know it sounds insane. It doesn't sound insane. It is insane. He grabs my shoulders. You're my best friend. I'm legally obligated to stop you from destroying yourself. This is social suicide. You understand that, right? The basketball guys already think we're jokes. You walk in there, you're basically painting a target on your back for the rest of high school. He's not wrong. I know he's not wrong. But there's this fire in my chest that won't go out. This stubborn spark that keeps whispering, what if, what if, what if? I have to try, I say. Even if I fail. Even if they laugh. I have to know I tried. Lucas sighs long and heavy. You're going to do this no matter what I say, aren't you? Yeah, fine. He pulls me into a quick hug, then steps back with this weird expression on his face. Something I can't quite read. Go get destroyed, you beautiful idiot. I'll be here to pick up the pieces. I push through the gymnasium doors. The sound hits me first. Sneakers squeaking on hardwood. Balls bouncing. Guys calling out to each other. There must be 30 people here. And every single one of them looks like they were born holding a basketball. Tall, athletic, confident. They move like their bodies actually cooperate with their brains. I feel like a penguin who wandered into a room full of eagles. My hands are shaking. Actually shaking. I shove them in my pockets so nobody can see. Coach Davis stands at center court with a clipboard. And when he sees me, his eyebrows climb toward his hairline. I recognize that look. It's the same look people give you when you show up to a formal event in a costume. Can I help you? He asks. I'm here for tryouts. The gym doesn't go completely silent, but it's close. Conversations stutter. Heads turn. I can feel 30 pairs of eyes crawling over me. My skinny arms, my 2 big gym shorts, my complete and total lack of athletic presence. Someone snickers, then someone else. Then the dam breaks, and suddenly half the gym is laughing. And I want to melt into the floor and disappear forever. One guy literally points at me. Another one mimics shooting a basketball and then flails his arms like he's falling. The imitation is clearly supposed to be me. That's enough! Coach Davis's voice cuts through the noise like a knife. The laughter dies immediately. He turns back to me, and his expression is complicated. Not mocking, but not encouraging either. What's your name, son? I'm a junior, sir. More snickers. Someone whispers sir in a mocking tone. I asked your name. Oh, right. Sorry. Coach studies me for a moment. His eyes are tired. The kind of tired that comes from years of disappointment. You ever played basketball before? Not. Organized basketball? No. So why are you here? And don't give me some speech about loving the game. I want the real reason. I think about lying. Making up something that sounds better. But something in his eyes tells me he'd see right through it. Because I saw you sitting alone in here 2 weeks ago, I say quietly, so only he can hear. And you looked like you were losing something that mattered. I don't know if I can help. I probably can't. But I wanted to try. Coach's expression shifts. Just slightly. Just for a moment. But I've been practicing, I add quickly. I know the rules. I've studied plays. I understand the fundamentals. I want a chance. That's all. Just a chance to prove I can do this. Coach Davis is quiet for a long moment. I can see him weighing options, probably trying to figure out the gentlest way to send me home. But then something shifts in his eyes. Maybe he sees something in me. Maybe he's just too tired to argue. Maybe he figures one more body at tryouts won't hurt anything. Grab a ball, he says. Line up with everyone else. Relief floods through me so fast I almost stumble. Thank you. I won't let you. Don't thank me yet. Tryouts are 3 days. You make it through all 3, we'll talk. I jog over to grab a ball, and that's when I come face to face with Blake. Blake is 6'2", built like a Greek statue, and has been the starting point guard since freshman year. He's also looking at me like I'm a bug he's considering stepping on run. Hey, he says, smiling in a way that doesn't reach his eyes. Aren't you that kid who plays card games in the library? Magic the Gathering. It's not just, yeah, I don't care. He bounces his ball once, hard, right next to my feet. I flinch. His smile widens. Here's some free advice. Go home. This isn't a place for people like you. You're going to embarrass yourself, and you're going to waste Coach's time. And honestly, it's kind of pathetic that you even showed up. My face burns. Every instinct tells me to leave, to run, to retreat back to the safety of my card games and my robotics, club and my comfortable invisibility. Instead, I look Blake dead in the eyes and say, I guess we'll see. Something flickers across his face. Surprise. Maybe that I didn't immediately crumble. His jaw tightens. Yeah, he says softly. We will. The first drill is simple. Layups. We line up and take turns driving to the basket. Easy enough, right? Wrong. When it's my turn, I dribble the ball exactly the way I practiced in my driveway. Approach the basket exactly the way I saw in the YouTube videos. And then somehow my feet get tangled, and I trip, and the ball bounces off the backboard at a completely wrong angle. And I stumble and barely catch myself before face planting on the hardwood. The laughter is immediate, loud, everywhere. My eyes sting. My chest feels tight. This was a mistake. This was such a stupid mistake. Again, Coach Davis says. I blink. What? Line up. Go again. The laughter fades into confused murmurs. I get back in line, heart hammering, palms sweating so bad the ball feels slippery. When my turn comes again, I try once more. This time I don't trip. The ball still doesn't go in. It bounces off the rim with a sad clang. But at least I stay upright. Better, Coach says. Again. We run drill after drill after drill. Dribbling, passing, defensive slides, free throws. Every single one exposes how far behind I am, how much I don't know, how much my body doesn't understand what my brain is telling it to do. During the passing drill, I throw the ball so far off target. It nearly hits. Coach Davis. During defensive slides, my legs give out and I collapse onto the court. During free throws, I miss 6 in a row, and the 6th one doesn't even hit the rim. But I don't quit. Every time I mess up, I get back in line. Every time someone laughs, I tune them out. Every time my legs scream and my lungs burn and my pride takes another hit, I keep going. Something strange happens near the end of practice. We're running suicides. Sprints from baseline to free throw line and back. Baseline to half court and back. All the way down and back, and I'm dying. Literally feel like my lungs are going to explode. Most of the guys finish before me, but I don't stop. I keep running, even when everyone else is already resting. Even when my vision starts to blur, I finish dead last, collapse onto my hands and knees, and stay there gasping for air. When I look up, Coach Davis is watching me. His expression is unreadable, but he gives me the smallest nod. By the end of the first day, I'm drenched in sweat, my muscles are on fire, and I've made exactly 0 impressive plays. But I'm still here. I haven't run away. As I'm leaving, dragging my exhausted body toward the doors, Coach Davis stops me. Hey! I turn. Yeah? He's quiet for a moment, studying me with that same complicated expression. You know you're not good, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're the worst player who showed up today. My stomach sinks. I know, but you didn't quit. Most kids in your position would have left after the first hour. You stayed the whole practice. He pauses. You know how many kids I've seen walk through those doors over 23 years? A lot? Thousands. And I can count on one hand how many of them had whatever it is you've got. I don't know what to say to that, so I just nod. I'll see you tomorrow, Coach says. And for the first time, there's a hint of something in his voice that might almost be respect. That night, I can barely walk up the stairs to my room. My mom catches me wincing at the kitchen table. What happened to you? Basketball tryouts. She freezes mid-stir of whatever she's cooking. Basketball? You? Yeah, honey. She sets down her spoon, coming over to sit across from me. Her expression is gentle but worried. You've never shown any interest in sports. Why now? I shrug, not meeting her eyes. I just wanted to try something new. Something new, like joining the chess club is something new. This is... She trails off, searching for words. I don't want to see you get hurt, physically or otherwise. I'll be fine. Will you? Because I know how kids can be. And if they're making fun of you, Mom, I've got this. She doesn't look convinced, not even a little bit. But she squeezes my hand and goes back to cooking. And I pretend not to notice the worry in her eyes. Day 2 is worse than day 1. Coach introduces scrimmages. And suddenly it's not just drills. It's actual gameplay. 5-on-5. Real basketball. And I am so out of my depth. The first time someone passes me the ball during a scrimmage, I'm so surprised that I fumble it. And Blake steals it right out of my hands and scores an easy layup. He jogs past me on the way back, shoulder checking me just hard enough to knock me off balance. Oops, he says. My bad. Come on, man. Connor groans. Connor's another junior. Tall and lanky with this easy confidence that makes everything look effortless. He's not mean like Blake, but I can tell he's frustrated. You gotta be ready. I know. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Just do better. I try to do better. I really do. But basketball is fast and my brain can't keep up with my body. And every time I think I understand what's happening, the situation changes and I'm lost again. During one play, I finally get the ball in a good position. I see an opening to the basket. I drive forward, heart pounding with excitement, and Blake appears out of nowhere, strips the ball and makes me look like an absolute fool. Too slow, card boy, he calls over his shoulder. But here's the thing about being terrible at something. You have nowhere to go but up. Halfway through the second day, something starts clicking. Not everything and not even close, but little things. My dribble gets slightly more controlled. My passes land where I actually want them. During one play, I even managed to set a screen that frees up Connor for a jump shot. The ball swishes through the net. Nice, Connor says, and I swear I grow 3 inches taller. Lucky, Blake mutters, but he's not laughing anymore. Near the end of practice, we're running another scrimmage, and I find myself guarding a guy twice my size. He backs me down, overpowering me easily, and scores. Then he does it again and again. I feel useless, worthless. What was I thinking? But then something Coach said in a YouTube video I watched comes back to me. Defense isn't about size. It's about positioning and anticipation. The next time the big guy catches the ball, I don't try to outmuscle him. Instead, I watch his feet. I notice he always spins to his left. So when he makes his move, I'm already there. He loses the ball out of bounds. Good read, Coach says from the sideline, and I feel like I just won the lottery. By the end of day 2, I'm still the worst player there. But I'm a little less worse than I was yesterday. Day 3, the final tryout day. My body feels like it's been hit by a truck. Every muscle screams when I move. I almost don't get out of bed. Almost text Coach and say I'm sick. I can't make it, thanks for the opportunity. But then I think about his face that night on the bleachers. I think about the photo in his hands. I drag myself to school. Coach announces that that we're going to end with a full scrimmage, and whatever happens in this game will determine who makes the team. My heart hammers so hard I can feel it in my throat. I end up on the opposite team from Blake, which is both a relief and terrifying. When the game starts, Blake guards me directly and his smile is predatory. Ready to go home, card boy? Back to your little wizard games? I don't respond. I just focus. The first few minutes are chaos. I'm running, moving, trying to stay in position, but I'm basically invisible. Nobody passes to me. Nobody expects anything from me. I'm a ghost. Then something shifts. Connor has the ball, and he's trapped in the corner with 2 defenders on him. He's looking for anyone to pass to, and I realize I'm open. I wave my hand. Here. For a split second, Connor hesitates. I can see the calculation in his eyes. Do I trust this guy? He passes. I catch the ball cleanly. Blake lunges toward me. But I've seen this exact scenario in at least 5 different YouTube videos. I remember the footwork. I fake left, pivot right, and drive toward the basket. Everything slows down. My layup rolls around the rim once, twice, and drops in. The gym goes quiet. I just scored. I actually scored. Connor jogs past me, and for the first time, he gives me a real smile. Not bad. Blake's face is a thundercloud, but I barely notice. Because in this moment, I feel something I've never felt before. I feel like I belong here. We keep playing. I score once more. A lucky jump. Shot that probably shouldn't have gone in, but somehow did. I also miss 4 shots, make 2 bad passes, and trip over my own feet at least once. But I'm contributing. I'm actually part of the game. When coach blows the whistle to end tryouts, I'm breathing hard. My whole body aches, and I have no idea if I made the team. Results go up tomorrow, coach announces. Check the board outside the gym at 3 p.m. That's all. That night I can't sleep. I just lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment of the past 3 days. Every mistake, every small victory, every laugh, and every glimpse of something that might be respect. Lucas texts me at midnight. Lucas, you alive? Me, barely. Lucas, did you get laughed off the court? Me, yes, but also maybe no? Lucas, that's not an answer. Me, I know. I'll find out tomorrow. Lucas, whatever happens, I'm proud of you, dude. Seriously, that took guts. I stare at his message for a long time. Then I type back. Me, thanks. That actually means a lot. Lucas, Saturday still on for Magic? Spencer says he finally perfected his deck. I hesitate. Basketball practice, if I make the team, would be every day after school. Saturdays too, probably. Me, yeah, of course. I'll figure it out somehow. The next day at 3 p.m., I'm standing in front of the gym with about 20 other guys, all of us staring at a single sheet of paper taped to the door. My eyes scan the list. Once, twice, 3 times. My name is there. I made the team. I actually made the team, but next to my name there's a designation I don't recognize. Practice roster. Hey, congrats, Connor says, appearing beside me. He's on the main roster. Of course he is. Welcome to the team. What's practice roster mean? His expression flickers. It means you practice with us. You're technically on the team, but you don't suit up for games unless we really need you. Oh, so I made the team, but I'm still not actually on the team. It's still something, Connor says quickly. Coach never keeps practice roster guys around. The fact that he kept you means he sees something. I nod, trying to swallow my disappointment. I should be happy. I made it further than anyone expected. Further than I expected, but part of me wanted more. Thanks, I tell Connor. I appreciate it. He claps me on the shoulder. Work hard. That's all you can do. Practice becomes my whole world. I show up early. I stay late. When everyone else goes home, I'm still in the gym, shooting free throws until my arms ache. Coach Davis notices. He has to notice, but he doesn't say anything. He just watches sometimes. Clipboard in hand, expression unreadable. The other practice roster guys gradually stop showing up. One by one, they find excuses, other commitments, better things to do. I don't blame them. Sitting on the sideline while everyone else plays actual basketball isn't exactly thrilling, but I keep coming. After practice one evening, I'm shooting free throws alone when I hear footsteps. I turn to see Coach Davis walking toward me, that old photo in his hand, the one I saw him holding on the bleachers. You remind me of someone, he says, sitting on the bottom row of bleachers. I catch my rebound and hold the ball. Who? He's quiet for a moment, looking at the photo. My son Tyler. He holds up the picture, and I see a young man in a basketball uniform, this school's uniform. But from years ago, he wasn't the most talented player either. But he had this determination, this refusal to quit. Did he play here? 12 years ago. Starting point guard his senior year. Best season we ever had. Coach's voice gets thick. He's a firefighter now, over in Stonebridge, actually. Doesn't get to come to many games, but he texts me after everyone. That's really cool. The point is, he wasn't born great. He made himself great. Through work. Through stubborn, relentless work. Coach looks at me. I see that same thing in you. I don't know what to say. Be here at 6 a.m. tomorrow, Coach says. Before regular practice. We're going to work on your fundamentals. I'm there 15 minutes early. For the next several weeks, Coach Davis trains me personally every morning. We work on everything. Footwork, ball handling, shooting form, defensive positioning, things I thought I understood from YouTube videos, but didn't really understand at all. You think too much? Coach tells me one morning after I brick my 5th jumper in a row. Basketball isn't chess. You can't plan 5 moves ahead. You have to feel the game. How do I learn to feel it? Practice until your body knows what to do without your brain getting in the way. So I practice, and practice, and practice some more. But here's what I don't notice at first. While I'm pouring everything into basketball, I'm missing things. Important things. Saturday rolls around, and I'm exhausted from a brutal morning practice. I text Lucas that I can't make Magic Club. His response takes a while. Lucas, that's the 3rd week in a row. Me, I know, I'm sorry. Coach has me doing extra drills. Lucas, it's fine. Spencer's deck is really good now, BTW. You'd hate it. Me, I'll be there next week for sure. But the next week, there's a practice scrimmage I can't miss. And the week after that, my legs are so sore I can barely walk. Lucas stops texting about club meetings. I tell myself I'll make it up to him. At regular team practices, I start noticing changes. My movements feel smoother. My shots go in more often than they miss. When we scrimmage, I can actually keep up with the play instead of constantly being 3 steps behind. Connor notices too. Dude, he says after I successfully guard him for an entire possession. When did you get good? I laugh. I wouldn't say good. Better than. Way better. He looks genuinely impressed. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Even Blake starts treating me differently. Not nicely. Blake doesn't do nice, but he stops actively trying to humiliate me. One day, after I make a particularly nice pass, he gives me this look that's almost respectful. Then he catches himself and scowls. Lucky pass. That feels like progress. Our first few games of the season don't go great. We win 2, lose 2. I sit on the bench vouch for all of them. Watching, learning, wishing I could help. Then comes the game against Lincoln High. Lincoln's not great, but they're scrappy. And by halftime, we're down by 12. Coach Davis paces the sideline, frustration evident in every step. In the locker room, the tension is thick enough to choke on. We're playing scared, Coach says. We're playing like we've already lost. This is not who we are! But I can see it in his eyes, the fear. If we can't beat Lincoln, how are we supposed to beat Stonebridge? Second half starts, and things don't improve. Lincoln extends their lead to 15. Coach calls timeout. I expect another pep talk, another attempt to fire up the starters. Instead, Coach turns to look directly at me. You're in. I freeze. What? You're going in for Nathan. You've got fresh legs and you've been working hard. Let's see what you can do. Blake's jaw drops. Coach, you can't be serious. Him? Did I stutter? Coach's voice is steel. Get in there, he tells me, and play your game. I stand up on legs that feel like jelly. The walk to the scorer's table takes forever. When the buzzer sounds and I step onto the court, actually onto the court during an actual game, I feel like I might pass out. The crowd is a blur. The noise is overwhelming. I can feel hundreds of eyes on me. And my brain screams, what are you doing here? You don't belong, you're going to fail. Connor jogs over to me. Hey, breathe. You've done this 100 times in practice. Just play. Right, just play. The ball comes to me and for a moment time slows down. I can hear Coach's voice in my head. Feel the game. Don't think. Feel. I drive toward the basket. A defender slides over to stop me. I pass, instinct, pure instinct, to Connor, who's cutting to the hoop. He catches and scores. Yes! Coach screams from the sideline. We score again and again. The deficit shrinks. 15 becomes 12, becomes 8, becomes 5. And then, with 2 minutes left, I find myself open at the three-point line. Connor passes. I catch. I shoot before my brain can talk me out of it. The ball arcs through the air, spinning, spinning, spinning. Swish. The crowd erupts. My teammates swarm me. Even Blake looks grudgingly impressed. We win by 3. In the locker room afterward, Coach Davis puts his hand on my shoulder. That's what heart looks like, he tells the team. That kid has been working harder than any of you for months. Tonight he got his chance, and he delivered. Let that be a lesson. I'm flying. I'm actually flying. Connor high-fives me. Starter material, dude. I'm telling you. Blake says nothing, but he gives me a single nod. Coming from him, that's practically a standing ovation. My phone buzzes. A text from my mom. Mom, I watched the live stream. Who are you? So proud of you, honey. Then another text from Lucas. Lucas, heard you scored the game winner. Congrats. That's it. No exclamation point. No emoji. Just congrats. My stomach twists. Something's wrong. Me. Thanks, man. Hey, I miss you. Can we hang this weekend? Lucas, maybe? Pretty busy with the club stuff you keep missing. I stare at the message, guilt flooding through me. I've been so focused on basketball that I've completely neglected my best friend. Me. I'm sorry. I'll be there Saturday, promise. He doesn't respond. The next practice, my name is on the starting lineup board. I have to read it 3 times to believe it. But my excitement is tempered by what happened with Lucas. Before practice, I find Coach. Hey, Coach, can I ask you something? What's up? If I needed to miss practice Saturday morning, just this once, would that be okay? He studies me. Why? My best friend. I've been kind of absent. I need to make things right. Coach is quiet for a moment. You know, basketball isn't everything. I push hard because I want you to succeed. But if you lose the people who matter while chasing the game, he shakes his head. That's not worth it. Go be with your friend. Saturday morning, I show up at Lucas's house with his favorite energy drink and a sheepish expression. I'm an idiot, I say when he opens the door. He leans against the frame, arms crossed. Yeah, I got so caught up in proving myself that I forgot what actually matters. You've been my best friend for 5 years, and I've been treating you like an afterthought. That's not okay. Lucas is quiet for a moment. Then his expression softens slightly. You have been kind of a jerk. I know, and Spencer's deck really is amazing now. You would hate it. I know. I mean, I believe you. And he sighs. I've been jealous, okay? There, I said it. You're off doing this whole sports thing, becoming popular, and I'm still just a card game kid. It felt like you were leaving me behind. My heart cracks. I would never leave you behind. You're my best friend. Basketball doesn't change that. Promise? Promise. He stares at me for a long moment. Then he breaks into a grin. Get in here, you beautiful idiot. We've got a tournament to win. We spend all day playing Magic. I lose more than I win. Spencer's deck really is disgustingly good. But I don't care. It feels right. It feels like home. That night, Lucas walks me to my car. Hey, he says, for what it's worth, I'm proud of you. The basketball thing. It's actually really cool what you're doing. Yeah? Yeah. Just don't become a total jock, bro, okay? I laugh. Never. Over the next several weeks, I find my rhythm. Basketball during the week, Magic with Lucas on the weekends. It's exhausting, but it works. And the team keeps winning. Not every game. We drop a tough one to Kennedy and another to St. Andrews, but more than we lose. The team starts to gel, to trust each other, to believe that maybe this year could be different. Then comes the game against Westfield. We're up by 8 at halftime, cruising to what should be an easy win. But the second half, everything falls apart. My shots won't go in. My passes are off. I turn the ball over 3 times in 5 minutes. Westfield goes on a run. 8 points becomes 4, becomes 0, becomes -6. Coach calls timeout. What's going on out there? He demands. You're playing like strangers. I'm sorry, I say. I don't know what's wrong. You're thinking too much again. Getting in your own head. We go back out. I try to relax. Try to feel the game like Coach taught me. But my hands won't cooperate. I miss another shot. Turnover. Another miss. With 2 minutes left, Coach takes me out. I sit on the bench, humiliation burning through me. Blake takes my spot and immediately hits a 3. Then another. We end up winning by 1, but I didn't help. If anything, I almost cost us the game. In the locker room, nobody says anything to me. That's almost worse than if they'd yelled. Coach approaches me afterward when everyone else has left. Bad game, he says simply. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I do. You've been doing so well that you started believing you couldn't fail. Then when things got hard, you panicked. I look at the floor. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe I don't belong on this team. Is that what you think? It's what makes sense. I'm not like these guys. I didn't grow up playing. I'm just pretending. Coach sits beside me on the bench. Let me tell you something about Tyler, my son. His senior year, he had a game just like the one you had tonight. Worst game of his career. Couldn't make a shot, couldn't make a pass. Afterward, he told me he wanted to quit. I look up. What did you tell him? I told him that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. The players who become great aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail and keep going anyway. He puts his hand on my shoulder. One bad game doesn't define you. What defines you is what you do next. I swallow hard. What did Tyler do next? Coach smiles. He came back the next day and practiced until his legs gave out. Then he got up and practiced some more. The next game, he scored 30 points. He stands up. I'll see you at 6 a.m. tomorrow? I think about quitting. Really think about it. How much easier it would be to go back to my old life, to forget this whole basketball dream. Then I think about Coach's face when he talks about his son, about the photo he carries, about 23 years of dedication and a legacy on the line. I'll be there, I say. The next morning I show up at 5:30. Coach is already waiting. Let's get to work, he says. And we do. Over the next several weeks, something changes. I stop trying to be perfect and start trying to be consistent. I stop playing scared and start playing smart. The bad games don't disappear completely, but they become fewer, and I learn to bounce back faster. Blake, of all people, starts giving me pointers. Your footwork on that spin move is sloppy, he tells me one practice. Here, let me show you. I blink. You're helping me? He shrugs, looking almost embarrassed. You've gotten better. And we need everyone playing their best if we're going to beat Stonebridge. He pauses. You know, when you first showed up, I thought you were a joke. But you're not. You actually belong here. Coming from Blake, that might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Thanks, I manage. Don't make it weird. But he's almost smiling. The championship bracket gets released, and there it is in black and white. If we win our semi-final game against Kennedy, we play Stonebridge for the title. Stonebridge. The school that's beaten us for 8 straight years. The school whose players make TikToks mocking us. The school that thinks we're a joke. The Kennedy game is brutal. They've got a kid named Travis, who's 6'5" and moves like a panther. He scores on me 3 times in the first quarter, and I want to crawl into a hole and disappear forever. But I remember what Coach said. One bad moment doesn't define me. What I do next defines me. I adjust. I study Travis's tendencies. I notice he always goes right when he's driving. By the second half, I'm anticipating his moves before he makes them. With 30 seconds left, we're down by 1. Kennedy has the ball. Travis tries to drive past me, but I'm there, sliding with him step for step. He pulls up for a jumper, and I contest. Hand in his face. Perfectly legal, and the shot rims out. Connor grabs the rebound. We push up court. The crowd is screaming. Everything is chaos. Connor passes to Blake. Blake drives, draws 2 defenders, and kicks it out to me. I'm open at the corner 3. Time slows. I hear my mom's voice telling me I was crazy to try out. I hear Lucas calling me a beautiful idiot. I hear Blake saying this isn't a place for people like me. I shoot. The ball drops through the net like it was always meant to. Final buzzer sounds. We win by 2. We're going to the championship. The locker room is pandemonium. Guys are hugging, screaming, crying. Coach Davis just sits on a bench with his head in his hands. And when he looks up, there are tears streaming down his face. We did it, he whispers. We actually did it. My phone buzzes. A text from Lucas. Lucas, dude! Championship! I'm coming to that game if I have to fight someone for a ticket. I grin so hard my face hurts. Me, I'll get you a good seat. You're my good luck charm. I find Coach later after things calm down. Hey, Coach. He looks up. Hell of a shot. Thanks. I wanted to thank you for giving me a chance. For training me when you didn't have to. For believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Coach shakes his head. I didn't give you anything. You earned every bit of this. He stands, puts his hand on my shoulder. You walked into my gym as a kid who'd never played organized basketball. Now you're one of my best players. That's not me. That's you. I feel tears pricking at my own eyes. I won't let you down against Stonebridge. I know you won't. He pauses. And whatever happens, win or lose, I'm proud of you. I want you to know that. We're going to win. He smiles. Yeah, I think we are. Championship day. The gym is packed. Standing room only. I see faces I recognize. Lucas in the front row giving me a thumbs up. My mom and dad near the baseline. My mom clutching my dad's arm. Both of them looking nervous and proud. Half the school, it seems like, crammed into every available inch of space. And across the court, Stonebridge. Their players look like they were assembled in some kind of super athlete factory. Tall, muscled, confident. Their star player, a senior named Mason, catches my eye and smirks. Little guy, he says loud enough for me to hear. Heard you were a card game nerd before this season. Cute story. Too bad it ends tonight. I don't respond. I just hold his gaze until he looks away first. Small victories. Coach gathers us for the pregame huddle. Listen to me, he says, voice steady. I've been coaching this team for 23 years. I've seen a lot of players come through. A lot of games, a lot of losses. He pauses. But I have never been prouder of a group than I am of you right now, this moment. Whatever happens in the next 32 minutes, you've already proven that heart matters more than talent. That hard work beats everything. He looks at each of us in turn. Now go out there and show the world what we're made of. Blake catches my arm before we take the court. Hey, yeah, you've earned this. Don't forget that. I nod. Thanks, Blake. Now let's destroy these guys. The game starts and immediately, Stonebridge shows why they've dominated for 8 years. They're fast. They're skilled. They move as a unit, like they share one brain. Within 5 minutes, they're up 14-8, and nothing we do seems to work. Mason scores over me. Then again. He's not just good, he's incredible. Coach calls timeout. Settle down, he says. They're good. We knew they were good, but we're good too. Trust the plays. Trust each other. We go back out and slowly things start clicking. Connor hits a 3. Blake gets a steal and finishes with a tough layup. I set a screen that frees up our shooting guard for an open jumper. Swish. By halftime, it's 32-31, Stonebridge. In the locker room, the energy is electric. 1 point, Connor says. 1 point and we're right there with them. Coach nods. They're not used to this. They're not used to teams that fight back. Keep the pressure on. Make them uncomfortable. Coach, I say. Everyone looks at me. Whatever happens out there, thank you. For everything. He doesn't say anything. Just nods, eyes glistening. Second half. The intensity ratchets up even higher. Every possession matters. Every shot feels like life or death. Mason is everywhere for Stonebridge. He's got 20 points already, and he keeps looking at me with that same smirk. Like he's already celebrating. But I'm not backing down. With 4 minutes left, we take our first lead of the game 58-56. The crowd goes absolutely insane. Stonebridge answers with a quick 3. 59-58. Them. Back and forth, back and forth. 2 minutes left. Tied at 62. Mason drives past me and scores. 64-62. Stonebridge. He winks at me as he runs back on defense. Connor answers with a mid-range jumper. 64-64. 1 minute left. Stonebridge ball. They run the clock, looking for the perfect shot. Mason isolates against Blake, creates space, and rises for a jump shot. Blake blocks it. The ball bounces to me. I grab it, and suddenly I'm running, sprinting up court with Stonebridge chasing. The clock shows 34 seconds. Time! Coach screams, calling timeout. We huddle up. Everyone's breathing hard. My heart is pounding so loud I can barely hear. Okay, coach says. Here's the play. Connor, you set a screen for Blake on the right side. Blake, you curl off and... No, everyone looks at me. I didn't mean to say it out loud, but now I can't take it back. What? Coach says. They'll expect that. They've scouted us. They know Blake is our first option. I take a breath. Run the play through me. Blake stares at me. You want the last shot? Yes. For a long moment, nobody speaks. The gym roars around us, but in the huddle, everything is silent. Then Blake nods. Give it to him. Coach's eyebrows rise. You sure? Yeah, he's earned it. Coach Davis looks at me. Really looks at me. Then slowly he smiles. You ready for this? I'm ready. He draws up a new play. I'm coming off a double screen with the option to shoot or pass to Blake if the defense collapses. We break the huddle. I walk to my position. Mason is guarding me now, his smirk replaced by something more serious. You're taking the last shot? He says. Seriously. The nerd kid. I look at him calmly. Yeah, the nerd kid. The ref hands Connor the ball to inbound. Everything feels slow, crystallized. I can see the individual drops of sweat on Mason's forehead. I can hear my own heartbeat, steady and strong. I can see Lucas in the crowd, hands clasped like he's praying. Connor slaps the ball. The play starts. I sprint toward the screens. Mason fights through, but Connor and Blake set perfect picks. And for just a moment, I'm open. Connor's pass hits my hands. 4.7 seconds. I look at Blake. He's covered. Mason is recovering, closing the gap. 3 seconds. I rise to shoot. Mason leaps to block, arms stretching, and then I pump fake. Mason flies past me, momentum carrying him out of the play. I reset, find my balance, and rise again. The ball leaves my fingertips. The whole world holds its breath. The shot arcs through the air, rotating in perfect backspin, and I already know. Before it reaches the rim, before it drops through the net, before the buzzer sounds, I know. Swish. The gym explodes. The sound is unlike anything I've ever heard. 2,000 people screaming at once. The floor vibrates with it. The walls shake, and then my teammates crash into me. Connor reaches me first, lifting me off my feet. Blake is right behind him, actually hugging me, actually saying, you did it, you actually did it. More bodies pile on. Someone's crying. Several someones are crying. Through the chaos, I find Lucas. He's fighting through the mob. Tears streaming down his face, and when he reaches me, he just grabs me in the tightest hug of my life. You beautiful idiot, he says into my shoulder. You actually did it. We did it, I correct him. All of us. He pulls back, holding me by the shoulders. Remember when I said you were going to get destroyed? Yeah, I've never been happier to be wrong. Coach Davis appears, tears streaming freely down his face. He doesn't say anything at first, just pulls me into a hug that says everything. 23 years, 3 generations of his family, and finally a championship. Thank you, he whispers, for walking through those doors. Then the announcer's voice booms through the speakers. And your championship game MVP? I freeze. The junior who just hit the game-winning shot to end. Stonebridge's 8-year dynasty? No way. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your MVP. The trophy is heavy in my hands. Cold metal, warm lights, 2,000 people cheering. 6 months ago, I was a nerdy kid who played card games in the library. 6 months ago, the idea of me standing on this court, holding this trophy would have been the world's funniest joke. But here I am. Not because I was talented, not because I was lucky, but because I refused to let other people's laughter define what I could become. I find my parents in the crowd. My mom is sobbing, actually sobbing, and my dad is trying not to sob and failing. My mom catches my eye and mouths, I'm sorry I doubted you, and I mouth back, it's okay, I love you. Then I see him, Mason, standing alone near the Stonebridge bench. He catches my eye. For a moment, I expect bitterness, anger, but instead he walks over to me. Good game, he says, extending his hand. You earned it. I shake it. Thanks. You too. Maybe I'll see you in college ball. Maybe you will. He nods and walks away. Respect given. Respect earned. The walk back to the locker room is a blur. Reporters want interviews. Fans want pictures. Everyone wants a piece of the nerd kid who just became a legend. Eventually, things calm down. The gym empties out. I sit alone on the court. The same court where I tripped over my own feet 6 months ago. The same court where everyone laughed. The same court where Coach Davis sat in the dark looking like his world was ending. Coach finds me there. Big crowd's gone, he says, sitting beside me. Just us now. Thanks for everything, Coach. I mean it. He's quiet for a moment. You know what saved my job tonight? The championship? No, he shakes his head. You. Watching you grow, watching you work, watching you become this. It reminded me why I started coaching in the first place. Not for the wins. For the moments when a kid discovers they're capable of more than they ever imagined. He looks at me. You gave me that. More than any trophy ever could. I don't trust myself to speak. I called Tyler, Coach says, right after the game. He said to tell you congratulations. Your son? Yeah, he also said, Coach's voice catches. He said he's proud of me for not giving up, for finding players like you. He wipes his eyes. 23 years I've been doing this. That phone call made every single one of them worth it. We sit in silence for a while, just looking at the empty court. The banners hanging from the rafters. The scoreboard, still frozen on the final score. What happens now? I ask. Now, you go home. Get some sleep. Come back Monday and start working for next year. He smiles. You've got 2 more seasons to build a legacy. A legacy. Me. I walk out of the gym into the cool night air. The parking lot is almost empty now. Lucas is waiting by my car because of course he is. Card game tomorrow? He asks. I laugh. Obviously. Good. Because I've been working on a new deck that's going to destroy you. We walk together toward the car. The championship trophy is in my bag. The night sky is full of stars. And somewhere inside me, that quiet kid who used to hide in the background has been replaced by someone who knows, really knows, that he can do anything he sets his mind to. Hey, Lucas says, I have a question. Yeah? Was it worth it? All of it? The laughing, the struggle, the 6 a.m. practices, Blake being a jerk at first. That terrible game against Westfield, all of it? I think about Coach Davis crying on the sideline. I think about Connor becoming a real friend. I think about Blake learning respect. I think about Lucas forgiving me. I think about my mom's tears of pride. I think about the ball leaving my fingertips, spinning through the air, dropping through the net. I think about standing in front of those gym doors 6 months ago, terrified, knowing everyone would laugh, and choosing to walk through anyway. Yeah, I say. Every second. Lucas grins. Good. Now seriously, about this new deck, I've added like 3 counterspells, and this combo, that's basically unbeatable. I let his voice wash over me as we drive. The night is quiet. The championship trophy gleams in the back seat. Tomorrow I'll wake up as the kid who hit the championship winning shot. Tomorrow teachers will know my name. Tomorrow everything will be different. But some things will stay the same. Lucas, magic, the gathering. The knowledge that I'm still me, just a version of me who finally discovered discovered what he was capable of. When I get home, my parents are waiting up. More hugs, more tears. My mom makes me hot chocolate even though it's late, and we sit at the kitchen table and I tell them everything and the shot, the celebration, coach's speech. I'm so proud of you, my mom says for probably the 10th time, and I'm sorry for doubting you at the beginning. You were worried about me. That's your job. Still, I should have believed in you. You believe in me now. That's what matters. Finally, I head upstairs. I put the trophy on my desk, right next to my deck of magic cards. It looks strange there. Two different worlds sitting side by side. But maybe that's the point. Maybe I don't have to choose. Maybe I can be both. The nerdy kid and the basketball player. The card game champion and the MVP. I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying the shot over and over in my mind. The way the ball felt leaving my hands. The way time seemed to stop. The way everything I'd worked for came down to one perfect moment. My phone buzzes. A text from Connor. Connor. Yo, MVP. Practice Monday. Coach says we're starting prep for next season. I smile and type back. Me. Wouldn't miss it. Then another text. From an unknown number. Unknown. Hey, this is Mason from Stonebridge. One of your teammates gave me your number. Wanted to say again? Good game. You've got real talent. Don't waste it. I stare at the message for a long moment. Then I type. Me. Thanks. See you next year. Mason. Count on it. I put my phone down and close my eyes. Tomorrow a new chapter begins. But tonight, I'm just going to lie here and remember what it felt like to prove everyone wrong. The gym goes silent when I catch the inbound pass with 4.7 seconds left, and I swear I can hear my own heartbeat echoing off the rafters. Me, the kid who 6 months ago couldn't dribble without tripping over his own shoelaces, now holding the championship in my sweaty palms, while 2,000 people hold their breath, and then I shoot. And then the world changes forever.